then it's back to jugging. I might just hit some stains, then it's back to booking. I'm somewhere with the gang smoking.
What up, niggas?
Woo.
We back again.
We back again.
Episode 57.
Man.
Nah, I'm bullshit. We don't know. We don't
know.
Count.
Don't keep count.
Welcome to Offstage. I'm your boy M-Dubs.
And I'm your boy Reece.
Man, we got a lot of shit going on, man. First, we got to send condolences, man. George Foreman passed away.
That's crazy.
75 years old, right?
You know some people that don't even know he was a boxer?
What you mean?
Yeah, somebody was like, I didn't know he boxed. I just thought he made grills. Like, sit your young ass down.
Used to beat the shit out of niggas. He'll hit your ass over the head like a real granddad.
Them punches look like they hurt.
George Foreman named all his kids George.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I think
even
about,
the girls.
I think about doing that shit sometimes.
I remember you used to talk about that.
I want to name all my kids Larry.
Larry? Why Larry?
Larry Hoover.
There we go.
But Larry, no, I'm just playing. We gotta stop talking about that.
What?
Them niggas gonna come for their money, man.
And
I'm telling you, you can't keep saying that type of shit.
You denouncing your throne.
I've been denounced that shit when one of my homies had to pay up. I've been denounced.
Oh.
What else was the topic? We had some other. The sound issue.
Yeah, people been talking about the sound.
We appreciate y'all for texting and calling and saying our sound was horrible. We switched something out and we couldn't quite get it together for a few episodes, but I think we got it together now.
We got it together.
So thank y'all for
y'all concerns and y'all support.
Thank y'all for saying that. Motherfuckers inbox me like, nigga, that shit terrible. Like we gonna get we do everything ourselves.
Right.
So we just trying to figure this shit out. If you want to help,
come your ass on up here.
Come to the studio. We need engineers. We need sound, lighting. Even people talking about our lights. We just bought some lights.
Yeah, we just bought. We taking some steps forward, and then
every week we get a little bit better.
Yeah,
we not Tyler Perry
yet.
So we just trying to figure it out. But we appreciate everybody, chopping it up and telling us. That just means people watching.
That's all that means.
So they like get it together.
But some people, I looked at the numbers. Some people watching and they ain't subscribing either.
Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe.
35% of our views come from unsubscribers.
And we got a big market in Indonesia. Let me find out some Indonesian hoes like me. I'm gone.
We going on tour.
I'll fly out to Indonesia for one of them little
22-year-old.
I was finna say little kids. You can't say shit like that.
Nah, We giving $1 a day to kids with the
89 cents. What happened to 89 cents?
I don't
what
know.
happened to all them kids?
Yeah, at 3 o'clock in the morning.
They ain't not around
they
no
grew
more.
up.
19 cents a month.
A
Did
day,
you
wasn't
send
it?
Money?
I did.
To who?
I did. I sent some money.
One time.
I got a kid named Umbop.
One time, my mom sent like 29 cents. They sent that back. It was like, y'all need this shit more than us. It's 9 of y'all.
Because y'all eating cocoa dots,
they was like,
lemon dots.
They was like, that's cute, but nigga, we saw y'all family reunion picture. Y'all
we
bogus.
okay over here. We just got a water pipeline and everything.
Man, it was a lot of stuff. I hate when this happens.
As soon as the camera get on,
I be thinking about stuff all day, what I'm going to talk about. And then when I get in here, it be a blank. So we just going to hop right in it, man. We got an amazing guest, man.
Come on now.
One of the premier comedians from Chicago, man. One of the guys who've been putting it down for a long time, man. I'm excited he's here. I need everybody to show some love and clap it up for the one and only J Deep. What's up, bro?
How you doing, man? Thank y'all, Reece.
Yeah.
Much love, man. Thank y'all for having me on y'all first show, man. I appreciate that. Y'all brought me to the first show and everything.
It's not the first show, Jay.
It's not the first show.
No.
What you mean?
It is for you.
It's for you.
For you, it's the first.
We've been doing this about 15 weeks.
Yeah.
Wait, so this ain't the first show?
No, you was busy.
No, so I don't feel special no more.
You was busy.
No, Reece. No, y'all told me.
We had to tell you something to get you here.
Reece, no, man. Y'all was like, hey, man, Jay, you been doing that bullshit ass intro. You the one been laying it down, holding it down for Chi-Town, nigga. We got to get you on the Dub, you said this was the first show, bro. On my mama, man. Fuck this, man. You told me this was the first. Y'all done had niggas on before me. Reece.
We done had a few niggas on before. But
wait, okay.
We'll delete all of that and then put
Reece.
you back.
Let me just ask this: was it like Damon Williams and Deion Cole?
Nah.
We had Leon Rogers.
Okay.
Oh,
all right, that's pretty, that's pretty good.
Don't do that.
That's in my class.
Okay.
Okay. George Wilborn.
Now you the first out of them.
Yeah. You the first out of that class.
Okay.
They all been liking and commenting, though.
Okay, that's how if them niggas was on before me, then I understand. If them niggas was on before me.
We had to get our weight up before we
I was just saying, if you had Michi on before me, like...
Yeah, we had Michi
We had Michi on.
See, that's what I'm saying.
We had Marlon Mitchell on.
That's my nigga.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we had some people.
Just
hey, don't
the
stop.
level of shit.
Bald head. Philip.
Yeah, okay, cool.
On.
Well, I ain't gonna say nothing.
We just had
that nigga.
We just had Niche on.
Niche,
Yeah.
that's my heart. Yeah, that's my little baby.
So
sister.
you cool, right?
Yeah, I'm cool now, nigga.
Okay.
But at first, you was, this is the first show type of shit.
Nah, this ain't the first.
But yeah, I know, Dub. I figured that out.
That's that West Side. You from the West Side, right?
Born and raised.
Okay.
Born
Shout
and
out to the West
yes.
Side.
What high school you went to, Jay?
Manly High School.
Get the fuck
Really?
out of here.
Manly?
Sacramento and Polk, yeah.
Manly.
Dang,
Let me ask you this. Now, it's Chicago, right? We got this theory. Well, do you feel like if a motherfucker didn't go to a Chicago public high school, can they claim Chicago?
Not at all.
There we go.
Not at all. That's like saying I'm from Chicago and you find out they live in Naperville. That's not Chicago.
That's not Chicago.
There we go. Yeah.
So Oak Park River Forest is a no.
It's a no.
Sit your $5 down. On a good,
It's right. It's across the street from Austin.
Yeah,
So that ain't. I went
gotta
to
have-
Aurora High School. Yeah, Aurora High School. If you don't get your goof ass.
West Side. I see you just celebrated what 30 years in
30
the game?
years in the game.
Man.
Damn, give him some
God
love.
is good.
What got you started,
good.
man? How did you start coming?
Okay, you just gonna jump right
I'm
into
jumping
it.
right into it.
I got fired from every job I ever had. Nigga.
Wow.
Yes, and I was like, "There's got to be something better out here."
Okay.
I told my mom, I was like, "I think God trying to tell me to do something else with my life," because she was always the one pouring into me, like, "With God, all things are possible. Without Him, nothing is possible."
Right.
My dad was Muslim. So
Your dad was Muslim
Yeah.
and your mom was Christian?
Yes.
That's mixed, nigga.
Yes. That's what I say.
How they
I'm
do
mixed.
that? How
And
that
so
happen?
I went to my mom and she was like, "I don't give a damn what God trying to tell you. You getting a job or you getting the fuck out my house."
Dang.
And I got out. She kicked me out. I was homeless
Wow.
and shit. And I started going to open mic nights at the Cotton Club with Bernie Mack.
Wow.
Yep. On
What year
on
is
18.
this?
Oh, this is like 94. 94, 95.
Damn.
Yeah, the Cotton Club was jumping on Monday. Like anybody you could name was in there. I met Scottie Pippen, Oprah Winfrey, Michael
Oprah?
Jordan. Like everybody used to
Oh,
come down.
Oprah.
Fat Oprah.
Fat Oprah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody used to come down there.
Who was
And,
hosting that?
This God bless the dead. This dude named James Hanna.
James
James
Hanna?
Hanna.
Yeah,
Shout out
you,
to James.
You might
Hanna.
be ghetto.
Yeah, I remember James
And
Hanna.
James, and do you remember this movie? Because you're young, Doug. It was this movie called Car Wash.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the fat dude that had the radio that
Yeah.
wanted to have sex with the prostitute,
Yeah.
Jimmy Smith.
Jimmy Smith.
He was hosting.
Wow.
So it was him and James.
Is he
Hanna
from
hosting.
Chicago too?
Yeah.
Get the
Wow.
fuck out of here.
Yeah. Jimmy
Never
and
knew that.
James was hosting up there, and then Bernie wasn't. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers yet.
Okay.
But he was still Bernie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so he would come in. And we knew we wasn't going on when Bernie came in. We was like, okay. And it was just a master class of comedy. We just sit up there, George Woodbourne, Bernie Mac, Damon when he had hair.
Wow. Gucci
Yeah.
D Damon?
Yes.
Yes.
Back in that day.
Back in that.
And Deion Cole and Corey Holcomb.
Wow.
Like, there's no way I'm not going to be funny hanging with these. Oh, I forgot. And Tony Schofield and Kenny Howe.
Tony Sco and
Yes.
Kenny.
And I used to run up behind them, "Hey, is this funny or whatever?" They were like, "No, that was garbage." You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the class that I started in. I was under those dudes. Like Deion didn't even tell me about like all jokes aside, until I was funny.
Right.
He was like, no, you're an open mic nigga. But I'm like, all jokes
Right.
aside is
It's
open
open
mic
mic.
too.
Right.
They was like, no, that's a real open mic. You make these niggas laugh first, and then you come down to the 11th and Wabash.
So before going to the Cotton Club, did you always knew you wanted to do comedy?
No. My mother and father were singers, so I started writing music when I was 11.
Wow.
I started playing jazz trumpet at 13, keyboard at 14. So I thought I was going to be the next super producer or whatever. Shout out to Danny Boy. I used to write with this group.
Really?
With a group that he used to sing with, and then he left and went to Death Row, and left them niggas. That ain't even my story to tell. That ain't even my story to tell. But yeah, I used to write for a group he used to sing with, and I used to have to depend because I can't sing,
Right.
so I used to have to depend on people to sing my songs.
Yeah, express your words.
Yeah, and so I would be in the studio waiting for niggas to show up to sing my songs, and I was like, wait a minute, people tell me I'm funny.
Right.
Let me do something on my own. I write the material. I get to go to the club and do the material. It's all on me. And that's how I started to do comedy.
That's dope.
That's it. That's all.
When you started, what was the goal? Like, what was you trying to prove in like that first few years when you was doing comedy?
The first few years, dude, you're a good ass interviewer.
Try to be,
even though this is not the first show. No, fuck you too, Reece. But yeah, the first thing on everything, I just wanted to be on Def Jam.
Wow.
And I've never been on Def Jam.
Never?
Damn.
Never.
Damn.
So that's the thing, though.
Okay.
So you came after this.
Way
so you don't
after.
know.
No.
You don't know about this bullshit.
Okay.
So there were Def Jam comedians and there were BT Comic View comedians.
Okay.
And never the twain shall meet. So
Really?
these niggas was on HBO, so they looked down
On BET.
on BT Comics. I was a BT comic.
Okay.
So I did like
Comic
8
View.
seasons. A Comic View. I had my own half-hour special.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and shout out to Damon Williams.
Yes.
Shout out to Damon Williams. He hate when I big him up, but I don't give a fuck. Damon Williams came to me. I had auditioned 5 years in a row, Dub. You know how hard this shit is. I auditioned 5 years in a row, never got on. But I still got to watch niggas that I know are not as funny as I am on TV. And I'm like, God, what am I not doing?
Right.
And so Damon comes up to me. Shout out to Cootie. Okay. Cootie was still doing comedy then.
Okay.
If y'all don't know who Cootie is, Google that name. He directed Kanye West.
And Benji, right? And all those.
Yeah. So Cootie used to do this thing called Movie Mondays.
Okay.
And we would go watch old movies, and it used to be packed or whatever. And Damon came up there and pulled me to the bar. He was like, hey, don't tell nobody. But I made a call for Comic View, and I told them stop ignoring. I told them to stop ignoring you. And a lady's supposed to call you tomorrow at noon.
Alignment.
No, nigga. Reece, when I tell you it's packed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's packed in there. I'm from the West Side,
Right.
nigga. I'm like, I'm not finna cry in front of these niggas. You know, I was like, yeah, cool. Cool, whatever, nigga. Hey, that's cool or whatever, nigga. Tears,
You
snot.
couldn't stop it.
I was like, all right, man. Next day, she called me. Hey, are you interested in coming to LA to do Comic View? I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that. That's cool. I'll see y'all down there.
Woo.
Went down there the first time I got on national television. I won a half-hour grandstand.
Wow.
There was 500 comedians. They only gave away 18.
Wow.
I was one of the 18.
That's what's up.
First time.
What year was that?
Oh, shit. This was like
96, 97?
98, 99. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was crazy, dude.
So Damon was really the plug?
Damon's still the plug, bro.
Yeah, we know.
Damon's still the plug, dude.
Wow.
Damon is still the plug. You ain't did Martha's Vineyard
No.
Not yet.
Dude.
Haven't did BET Comic View, Def Jam, or Martha's Vineyard.
And Dub, let me say this in all seriousness. I don't give a fuck if this is not the first show. This is from my heart, bro. This is from my heart. I'm gonna get serious for a half a second. When I always knew you was funny. Period. Point blank. I always knew you were funny. But do you know when I said this nigga is not a joke?
When?
Me and you did this thing, Tavern on the Grange.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
No.
It's packed.
Tavern on
Okay.
It's packed.
Yeah.
I mean, packed. Everybody having a great time. I think it was a matinee show at like 6 o'clock or something crazy. Then we had to do another one at 9. I don't know the schedule, but it's filled to the brim.
Okay.
Reece, with just the most gorgeous, beautiful women in Chicago, just intelligent people that come to laugh, right? Dub got to go up before me. I'm like, yeah, that's my nigga. Who want to go up first?
Right.
They asked us. He was like, I don't care. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I'm not that dude.
Right.
I was like, I don't care. Dub was like, I guess I'll go up or whatever. Dub goes up, sits down, Reece, and destroys. I'm talking people crying.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know they eating, spitting out their food, high-fiving each other. I was like, I should have went up. I should have went up first.
When he started sitting down,
Reece.
I think something clicked.
Reece.
Yeah.
This nigga destroyed.
Thank you.
No,
man.
shut the fuck up. This nigga destroyed. This nigga destroyed the room, Reece.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. You got me choked. This nigga was. It was beautiful.
Wow.
Because I know where he started from.
Yeah.
Nigga wasn't always funny. And destroyed. I was like, the fuck? And then he comes off. He got a little sweat, you know. Because he even sweat when he sit down. And he comes. He shakes my hand. He's like, Jay, was that good? I was like, man, fuck you. He fucking kills, dude. Kills. And I was like, my man.
That's
I
dope.
appreciate it.
Everything about you is Chicago.
I appreciate it, man.
Everything about you, bro. Your cadence, the way you speak, your material, everything. And I don't mean specifically Chicago.
Okay.
Let me be clear, because people get it confused.
Yeah.
I'm saying, nigga, you Chicago because we are like a gang when it comes to comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you could take your shit around the world.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Like, okay, wait, Indonesia.
Yeah. Indonesia.
Yeah, like when I say Chicago, it's like something in the water.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
God bless Marcus Combs. God bless the dead.
Yeah.
Like I said, Damon Williams, B. Cole, Dion Cole, Leon Rogers, Jess Niche, fucking shit, me.
D-Ray.
D-Ray, Corey Holcomb,
Lil Real. Yeah.
Like it's something.
Yeah.
We like, and none of us don't sound alike.
Right.
None of us.
Nope.
None of us sound like the other person. There's no way that somebody could say that bald head sound like Damon.
Yeah.
No way.
Or Niche sounds like Adele Gibbons.
Yeah.
Right.
Like none of us.
That's crazy, right?
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
And we all in this shit together with our own voice.
Yeah.
No, I'm not shitting on no other city, but we all got our own voice, and we from this little enclave. It almost reminds me of that grunge music that came out of Seattle, and everybody was going platinum.
Yeah.
Nigga, we platinum.
Yeah.
Why you think it's like that though?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's something in the water.
Something in the water.
The only thing that I could come up with, bro, is we see if Reece go on stage and this nigga kill, we sitting back like, I won't.
Yeah.
When baby want to shoot, you know what I'm saying? Like I want some of that.
Yeah.
And so you throw the shit in the garbage that you thought was funny.
Yeah.
Or you tweak that shit because you ain't finna go up after this nigga and bomb.
Yeah.
I really give props to y'all. Like when I started, right? You, Jeff B, the older guys would be on us because Chicago comics have this thing, and it was like drilled into us, like, y'all better carry this torch. You know, you gotta be funny, bro, because when we go to other cities, we have a reputation.
Yeah.
How dare you say you from Chicago and you bomb?
Yes. So you guys, I remember when I used to go up early, you know, Marcus Combs, you, Jeff B, people would tell us, like, help you, like, because when you go out, you represent Chicago, and you guys already built that rep.
Yeah.
So we can't allow y'all to fuck it up. And that's how I try to be to the new comics. Like, look, bro, I would rather help you before I let you go out there and bullshit.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, when we go to other cities, bro, they already be like, you from Chicago? They know how we coming. They know we not playing.
Not at all.
They worry, like, you moving out here?
Right,
No, nigga,
right.
I'm not moving out here.
Yep.
I ain't taking your spot.
Shout out to Diane Corder too.
Diane Corder.
This is my favorite Diane Corder story, man. My favorite Diane. So B. Cole had it was this place called the Comedy Click. It was the Click, but it was a comedy room inside the Click.
Wow.
So and the way the Click that was set up, it would be a jazz band right here. The comedy room was tucked off in the back, and then upstairs you would dance and chill and kick it and try to get some pussy or whatever with all the girls, right? Oh, and another thing about the Click, I met everybody there. I met Mike Tyson, Prince. I met these two porno stars.
What was their name?
Chocolate and India. You know, let me divert from that. So you know how you in the audience, I mean, you on the stage, and you see somebody, you be like, damn, where the fuck do I know you from, right? So that's why I said, where do I know y'all from? I said, y'all from the South Side? They was like, no. I said, oh, y'all from the West Side? They're like, no, you know. And I'm like, where the fuck do I know y'all from? And so I brought the first comedian up.
Okay.
And then they do their thing or whatever. I come back on. I'm like, so y'all not gonna tell? Like, did you go to Manly? Right. They like, no. I'm like, oh, all jokes aside, y'all used to come down to all jokes. No. And I'm like, looking. I'm like, what the fuck do I know? I used to jag out to y'all. You Chocolate, you Indy. Yeah, I done fuck y'all a million times in my dreams. God. And they just start laughing because they was up here for an in-store signing. Okay. And I was like, that's what it is. Wow. I jacked out to y'all Indy and Chocolate. Wow. Oh, that's what it is. So back to the Diane Corder. Diane would never let me go up. No? Never. Because she didn't, Diane never came down to the Cotton Club, never came down to All Jokes Aside. Okay. She was above and beyond that shit. Wow. Diane was the shit. It was Adele, Diane, and Cheryl Underwood. Right. Wow. Boop, 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 like that. Yeah. And so B. Cole was like, hey, this dude's funny. Give him a chance. She was like, nope. That's not the first time that's happened to me. I got another story about this. So Diane, I still would go up. I would pay my $10, go in every Friday, Saturday. I'm spending $20 a week not to go up.
Damn.
Right? This one week, somebody misses their flight. I go up, and I was like, hey, Diane, you know, I'm here, you know, if you need me. She was like, nope. And somebody missed their flight. And she was like, okay, I'm going to let you go up. This is how Diane brings me up. Fuck you, Diane. I love you, but fuck you. You know this true. Diane says, we got a new comedian that want to come on the stage.
Wow.
And I'm going to let y'all see him if y'all want to see him. Thank God it was a bunch of niggas from the West Side. Okay. He from the West Side of Chicago. Oh,
they got you in the door.
They got me there, right? And if y'all want to see him, you know, I'm going to give him like 5 minutes or whatever. Put y'all hands together from the West Side for J Deep. So I go up. I'm hungry. Okay. I'm like a lion being let out the cage. I'm like, I go in. I do my best 5 minutes. I'm like, good night. I'm J Deep. Throw up the West Side. Standing ovation. Ooh. I get off. Diane said, this young man has been coming up here for at least 2 months. I would not let him go up. He said, from now on, whenever I'm not here, he's hosting.
Ooh. Wow. Alignment.
Nigga, I cannot tell you how much money I made at the Click.
Wow.
Every Friday and Saturday, bro, we had 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. Every Friday and Saturday. That's why I'm not afraid to go up anywhere.
And that's how you and Diane start fucking around.
No, I fucked a lot of her friends though. Yes, and you laughing, Dub. If I show you pictures of Diane,
How long
back
ago?
in the like at least 20 years ago,
She was bad. I just
know-
always known as this Diane. I never seen her.
no, you know Diane. She done had the
yeah.
strokes and stuff. No,
Yeah, you know.
no,
back
I
in the
know
day.
Diane.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bang.
Diane, who used to shut the club down.
Damn. Let me ask you this, Jay. Do you feel you get the respect you deserve in the comedy game?
Yeah.
Honestly.
That is such a good question, Dub. I'm so proud of you, man. I really am. I love you for that. I don't really give a fuck.
Okay.
There we go.
Because it's not about the respect that anyone else gives you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, do you feel like you on the path that you're supposed to be on?
Okay.
Dub, I never had to tell you that you fucking destroyed the stage.
Right.
But nigga, you better know
Yeah.
Right.
you destroyed the stage.
Okay.
You better know you destroyed
Yeah.
the stage.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So nobody has to give me anything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? As long as I know I'm putting out the best product that I could put out there, that's all that should matter.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've done film. You know, I graduated film school 2001, nigga. I was living in Brooklyn. That's why I wear this hat. Let me tell you. People like, how you gonna be from Chicago and you wear a New York hat? Ask me the story behind it first. So I graduated 2 weeks after 9/11.
Wow.
I was living in Brooklyn
Damn.
when 9/11 happened. Dude, 2 weeks before, me and my classmates were standing in front of the towers. We were like, hey, it was this restaurant up there called Food of America, Food of the World or something. And my classmate was like, hey, we should go up there and eat. I was like, no, nigga, let's wait till we graduate.
Wow.
And we gonna celebrate up in the Twin Towers and go to that. Because it was the whole little thing.
Rotate.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And it wasn't like expensive or anything like that. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's celebrate when we graduate, nigga. That's gonna be our reward for doing all of this hard work. 2 weeks later, it was destroyed.
Damn.
Come out the crib, nigga. I'm headed to school. I come out the crib. I got all of this equipment and shit. I come out. It was like a movie. It was like a movie, right? I look, everybody out of their cars. You know when you see disaster movies and everybody at their car doing this shit? Yeah, it was like that. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, right? I look and you see the plane, the first plane in the building.
Damn.
Now, what nobody remembers is 2020 had did an expose like maybe 2 or 3 weeks earlier about pilots driving while drinking. Yeah. It was called Flying While Drunk or something like that. And so we thought, oh, okay, some drunk-ass pilot did this stupid shit. Then the other plane hit. He was like, this ain't no mistake.
Right.
Dude, I call home because my wife was pregnant at the time. I call home. And I'm like, hey, I'm okay, but I don't know what the fuck is going on with this, right? 30 minutes after I call home, all the phone lines were shut down.
Damn.
No communication from pay phones, nothing like that. So thank God I had the wherewithal to be like, hey, let me call. Because she called my mom, my sisters, my aunts, my uncle. Everybody knew I was living in New York.
Okay.
And so... yeah, it was crazy. So I've written scripts, you know what I'm saying? I directed a couple of films. I directed a short that we're trying to get picked up with Dexter Tucker, who is Chris Tucker's brother.
Yeah.
And it's called Ball Like Me. It's a documentary. And I directed another documentary that's on Tubi right now about the Double Dutch, 40 Plus Double Dutch.
Really?
Yeah, my
Okay.
girl Pam started the Double Dutch thing like 5 years ago with like maybe 20, 30 members. She went on Windy City Live, got back home. It was 100 people hitting her like, how do I get in this? Now she has over 60,000 members.
Wow.
So I assistant directed that. Her son directed it. And so this summer I'm shooting 3 shorts. You know what I'm saying?
Can you direct me and my cousin film?
Of course.
I got a script. We cops.
Yep.
And when I got to push them around.
Right. I'm a handicapped cop.
Yeah, like
arresting people.
Dude, that is so dope. Dude, we could just do a short. Y'all hear it here.
Let's do it.
Because Dub just be talking sometimes. Y'all hear it right here. Like I would love. That would be an honor.
Yes.
For me to shoot a short with y'all.
The first handicapped cop.
And he got to be an asshole.
Yeah.
He talk all this shit.
He got to be an asshole. You got to be an asshole.
Stand me up, Doug.
Hey, cuz, come over here.
Yeah. Stand me up so I can whip his ass.
Yeah. Dude, what is, okay, give me the title. Wait, should we? No, we ain't gonna say that.
We ain't gonna do it. Because niggas are stealing.
Right, we ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, we can't.
But y'all got a copyright already.
After the show, we'll tell you.
It's already copyrighted.
Where's some of the favorite places you love to perform?
Oh.
That you just be like, nigga.
Duh, why it seem like you prepared for this shit?
I'm prepared. I do this.
Some of my most favorite places to perform anywhere in Canada.
Canada?
Really?
Oh, see, I forgot.
Anywhere in Canada.
He worldwide.
Yeah, I never performed in Canada, bro.
Duh. Anywhere in Canada. I'm talking
Toronto.
Nigga, Windsor, which is across the street from Detroit, nigga.
Okay.
Windsor, Toronto, Montreal. Let me tell you my favorite Montreal story. So you saw The Nutty Professor,
right? Yeah.
So there was a scene with part 2 with Dave Chappelle,
right.
And he was an asshole at this club with he was buddy
talking about
Sherman,
right?
So that's a real comedy club.
Yeah.
It was called Yuck Yucks.
Okay.
Right. So Yuck Yucks is amazing. I'm doing a show. I get off. And this girl and her brother come up to me. I thought they were together, but she's like, "This is my brother." I was like, "Oh, okay." And we want to book you for a show in Montreal. And I was like, "Oh, that's dope. We gonna call you in 2 weeks."
Whatever.
We don't get no fuck about that.
Like, whatever.
People bullshit all the time.
Right.
2 weeks later, they call me.
Damn.
Hey Jay, me and my brother are on the phone. We want you to do this show. I'm like, cool, how much it pay? What's the budget? Tell me the budget. And it's a strip show. I said, excuse me? Like it's for adults. It's strip. I'm like, I don't know. But I mean, I hosted strip shows before. Like the rent was due. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, look at Kitty Cat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Right.
So I did it, right? And so they was like, yeah. I said, well, I host strip shows before. Yeah, I'll do it. And they was like, yeah, so it's going to be you and 8 male dancers. I said, hold the hell up.
Wait a minute.
No, I ain't finna.
Right.
No, I'm not finna host no male strip show. And they was like, well, it normally sells out 3,500 people. I said,
damn. Wait.
I said, so 3,500 ladies? And they was like, yeah.
Okay.
And 9 niggas. And 35. I was like, yeah, well, you know what? I see. No, I'm going to put it on my schedule. And they was like, and they told me the budget. And and I get paid for this, for being around 3,500 horny women. Yes. But don't tell nobody I'm going to do this for y'all.
Right.
It was bananas.
Wow.
I go out to Scandalous by Prince. Okay. I go out and they was like, put your hands together for your host, JD, Scandalous. And so I'm dancing and everything. They're like, show us your dick. I was like, oh, y'all for real. I'm not.
I'm the host.
Right. Yeah, I was, okay, let me get this shit started because y'all did not come to play. 35, it was the most beautiful, crazy show I ever did. If you think dudes is crazy, beautiful women, zoom in on me. Beautiful women think they could say whatever the hell they want to say. Yeah. If you gorgeous, beautiful women think they could say, I get off the stage and she says, well, I didn't notice your lips were that big on the stage. I bet you could eat the shit out of some pussy. I said, I can.
You're not wrong.
But I'm not going to just do it to you without a meal.
Right. Take me out first,
Take me
bitch.
out of something, whore. It was crazy, man. But yeah, so any place in Toronto, I love Martha's Vineyard because it's just a dope ass place. Amsterdam, I gotta get you over there, dog.
You got to.
I
You've
got
been
to
saying
get
that for a minute, dog.
Hey, it's not me. It's Regilio. If you watching this,
Who?
Regilio.
What's that?
That's the dude who's in charge of the Bounce Comedy Club
In Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam. It's amazing. Like, I didn't even know niggas was in Amsterdam.
I was gonna ask you, do you have to change your material when you go to?
No, the only thing you have to do is watch your vernacular. So you can't be like, yeah, and I gave a bitch a dub, and she gave me a fin, and they be like, what the
That's
fuck?
Chicago talk. Right.
Yeah, you can't just tell your jokes,
Right.
and they gonna love it, and they buy everything. So go over there with merch, dude.
Damn.
Go over there with your merch. I got a quick story to tell about that. So back when we was selling CDs and DVDs or whatever, right? My boy got all of his shits confiscated. All of his DVDs, all of his CDs confiscated because you don't have no work permit or nothing to be selling shit over there, right?
Right.
So you know me, we from Chicago, right? Mm-hmm. We from Chicago. I put promotional only on all of my shits. Promo. I don't give a fuck because of the statute of limitations on. And I ain't selling no more fucking CD. Promo on everything, right? So, of course, you know, I got 400 DVDs, like 200 CDs. They like, what the fuck? What is this? I was like, yeah, you know, I'm giving you out. And they don't know how long they are. Right. You know, I'm like, yeah, I'm just little promos I'm giving them. They were like, oh, can we get one? Yeah, sure. Here you go. Here's a CD. Here's a DVD. So this is when the euro was the shit.
Okay.
The dollar wasn't really shit. I don't know where we are now, but I would buy them for $1.50.
Okay.
I would buy all the CDs and DVDs for $1.50, and I would sell them for €25.
Damn.
Which was $40.
What?
So I had 300 CDs, 300 DVDs, something like that. It was crazy. And then I go to, you know, exchange it, or whatever. Nigga,
cleaning up.
That's that Chicago mentality.
Yeah, cleaning up.
We got that hustle. People always say, "Oh, you make it in New York, you can make it anywhere," which may be true.
But Chicago
is
different.
Dude, it's something about. I'm from a single parent home, right? I couldn't go to my mom and be like, "Hey, could I get 50 cents for ice cream or whatever?" She'd be like, "You better take some of them pop bottles and take them up to the store and get that
and smash cans."
And that's a kid.
Yes.
I'm a kid.
Yes.
So I'm like, she put that hustle in you early. You get that hustle in you early, dude. That's why I don't understand all them people that tricked off them SBA loans. I'm like, what you gonna buy a car? Nigga, you could have bought equipment to make T-shirts.
Yeah. They bought furniture.
Nigga, like they ain't gonna pay you back. And you might get caught. Nigga, like, what are you doing?
You don't get caught.
Yes, what are you doing? Like a hustle, like you from Chicago. But a lot of motherfuckers spoiled or whatever.
What's some places you hate performing?
I don't even know if I don't know if I could say like I hate perform. If there's a similar quality of place, like if the sound fucked up,
right? If everything fucked up that we hate about comedy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's not like a city.
Right. Okay, it's just
like shit that comes together. Like, nigga, why you still got all the TVs on?
Yeah. We telling jokes.
The game's still on.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about me. Turn these TVs off. Right. And why I got to tell you to turn the TVs off?
Right.
Nah, I'm the bad dude. Like, nigga, this is a comedy club. Turn the fucking TVs off. Why is a nigga shooting pool by the stage? You shooting pool by, close the damn pool shit out right now. You know, so it's like little, and seriously, dub, like I literally been performing at strip clubs. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It was called Laugh Till You Pop or something like that. It was, you know how niggas
Chicago?
always come. This was One was in Atlanta and one was in Nashville.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I've done that. But okay, nigga, don't let the strip show go on too long, because niggas not gonna want to hear me. You know, so I've done the shit. So I think it's a combination of shit that and I'll be quiet after that. That's like, this nigga talking too much.
No.
And so yeah, so that's what it is.
Have you ever done the Apollo?
No,
Never.
Not even when I lived there.
Wow.
I didn't do the Apollo. Not even when I lived. Nope.
That's crazy.
I've never done the Apollo, and I remember watching Leon destroy the Apollo.
He won like 3 weeks in a row or
dude,
something, right?
I was so proud of that dude, man.
Yeah.
Because that's a hard-ass crowd.
I still want to do the Apollo.
Nigga, guess who I saw the other night?
Who?
Brandy Denise.
Okay.
Really?
On
She's on everything, bro.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying she was on
Jimmy Fallon. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
Dude, looking beautiful.
Yeah.
Looking all of 15 years old. I was like so proud of that.
Do that make
shorty.
you feel good when you see people? Yeah.
Duh, I can't believe you just said that. When I just said you destroyed. when you see people that you saw coming up, bro. Right. Like I'm happy for D-Ray.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm happy for Corey. Yeah. I was there when D-Ray and Corey got their deal.
Wow.
They looked past me, but they went straight. it was at Jamie Foxx Laugh-A-Palooza.
Really?
In Atlanta.
Damn.
Right? And so I went up to Corey and I said, Corey, these dudes, you know, I hear them and they talking about how much they enjoy your performance. And I said, they right there over my left shoulder. And Corey looks and I was like, hey man, congratulations. He was like, don't say that. I said, I promise you, man, let me walk away or whatever. Cause I was just like, I'm here too. Right. But you know, and D-Ray got his the same night. Yep. Yep. And that's the shit that you be like, damn, I was right. But you know, you just got, it's not what God has for me is for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you have to stay in that mindset, right? So it's three things that I live by. One, you know, with God all things are possible. Without him nothing is possible. Two, lean not onto thine own understanding and trust in the will of the Lord. Right? And three, what is the third one? Sorry. I only get two. But yeah, it's that's that bill. You only get two, nigga. so yeah, it's like when you understand that you continue to put the best quality and your best foot forward. Like I'm telling y'all don't even know this, Reece. Just by me coming here and y'all wanted me to shoot y'all pilot, like it's gonna be dope as fuck. Yeah. It's gonna be because I'm that dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't say it like braggadocious. I say it because I put the work in.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's like I told you earlier, like you have to know that you killed.
Right.
I edited real film, nigga. I'm talking about cut and you know what I'm saying? Like it's like when you put the work in to write a great thing, and then you have all the components, right? It's just like a comedy show.
Right.
To be honest, a comedy show, you have to have certain components. So you got to have a beautiful place where people feel safe to come in.
Yep.
A great sound system.
Yes.
You have to have a stage.
Yes.
Right? You have to have a comedian that's funny or comedians that are funny, and you have to have an audience.
A hella audience.
All of these things have to come into play. You can't have one or the other. You know, the room is packed, but can't nobody hear you.
Right.
Oh, well, it ain't nobody here, but you got all of these funny ass comedians. That don't work.
Shit,
You know what I'm saying? All of these components. So with film, it's the same way. You have to have great lighting. That's why I was talking about the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to have great sound.
Yeah.
you have to have a dope ass story,
Yeah.
and you have to have a synergy
Yeah.
between your actors or actresses.
Yes.
Wow.
Right? So you have to have all of these things, and you got to have a director and a producer that knows what the fuck they doing,
Yep.
and not just out for the title.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, just like a promoter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I handed out 80,000 flyers. Hey, nigga, that don't
Yeah.
work no more.
They don't.
Speaking of doing the work, Jay,
Yes, sir.
you was on our list even when we first started doing the show.
But you just got me today.
I mean,
no, I'm hearing
You
you.
know,
Reece.
you was
No, I
first on the
don't.
list. You busy. You worldwide.
But you ain't even called. But it is what it is.
But our show is about giving people their flowers, people who's done the work, and people who deserve the credit.
Word.
So from off stage, we got something for you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get the
Yeah.
fuck.
Hey,
Man.
we fuck with you,
We
man.
fuck with you. That's us saying you're dope. That's us saying you
Man,
deserve it.
Fuck
thank
with
y'all, man.
Yeah. And everybody don't get one of those.
Everybody, no, fuck no,
Michi ain't get one of these?
no, no.
Okay, I feel better.
Yeah. You got to put in work. That's 30 years, dog. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you.
Yes.
That's dope.
I wanted to know, man.
That's beautiful.
We could get this
Yeah.
back to
Yeah.
him.
Okay.
Okay. I want to know, did you get that director's bug after you was in barbershop or before? Or did
Damn,
that have
these
something to
good
do with it?
questions. Okay, so no, I don't. Okay, so when you write,
Okay.
you're a writer.
right,
I could
yeah.
talk to you. Reece, you're a writer as well. Y'all wrote the shit together.
Mhm.
So when you, well, no, this is specifically for you because you got to perform the shit. Reece just writes screenplays with you. So when you write, sometimes the shit that you write is too big for the stage.
Okay.
You be like, this funny, but it's gonna take me a long time to get this fucking premise out, right? So I started doing that. I was like, I came up with this joke. This is back in All Jokes Aside days, right before the other one that was on 47th Street.
Jokes and Notes.
Jokes and Notes. This is right before that. I came up with this stupid ass premise about when I moved out my mother's house and I moved into this building, but I was proud, but I didn't know that my landlord used to be a pimp. I didn't know this nigga used to be a pimp. So I'm like, okay, it's the first of the month. It's like it's time to pay the rent or whatever.
Right.
Everybody running outside the building. I'm like, what the fuck is everybody running outside the building? And then so everybody lining up to pay this nigga
their rent.
They rent. You know, like, it's a bit short, you know. And I was like, oh, this is funny as fuck.
Right.
And Damon was like, that is funny, but nigga, that's not a joke.
Right.
That's not a joke.
Right.
That's like a mini film,
Right.
nigga. And I was like, damn. But I just thought like, oh, okay, how can I do this? So I start going to learn how to write screenplays.
Damn.
So it was this place called the Byron Institute. I don't even think it's open anymore.
Wow.
And it shows you how to take screenplays from a sentence to 120 pages.
What?
Yeah, so it was a screenwriting course. So after I got my 120 pages, I was like, I don't trust these niggas with my shit.
Right.
So I was like, I want to learn how to shoot this shit. I didn't know. So I started searching around. And then of course there was Columbia, and I was like, I don't.
Right.
It's gonna take no 4 years or 6 years. Let me look. And I found this thing called New York Film Academy.
Wow.
In New York City. And I packed my shit up, and everybody's like, and this, I'm hot.
You hot.
I'm hot, dude.
Yeah.
I'm on everything right now. And they was like, wait, you finna stop doing comedy to go to school? I was like, me waiting for somebody to discover me shit is not working.
Right.
So I got to make my own lane.
Mm.
So I left, and it was crazy because Cootie stayed in Harlem, and I stayed in Brooklyn.
Okay.
I had another friend of mine who stayed in the Bronx, and another friend of mine who stayed in Queens. So all of us are from Chicago.
Wow.
And whenever I needed something, I was like, Cootie, I need this, da 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 da. And that's how it happened. That's how I wound up moving to New York, man. So yeah.
How do you feel about like internet comedians and the space where comedy's at now?
Let me say this, and this is again, this is me being serious for a half a second. I hate when people try to shit on internet comedians.
Okay.
And this is why. Not because they're not funny or whatever. Like, you gotta adapt.
Mm-hmm.
Every situation you gotta adapt. Like, Richard Pryor came from the era of Bill Cosby was the shit.
Yeah.
George Carlin.
George Carlin was with Richard. Yeah. My man who just passed away. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. And his nephew does comedy now. And he had the fasting thing where you would eat.
Dick Gregory.
Okay. Yeah. So that's where Pryor comes from. He comes from the suit and tie era.
Right.
And he was like, this ain't me. This shit ain't me.
Right.
I got to do me. So then he started doing him.
Okay.
And then there were people that was from this era that was like, what is he doing?
Right.
And it's like, oh, he's selling out arenas. That's what he's doing. I saw this this interview with Richard Pryor and Milton Berle.
Okay.
And Milton was an asshole, right? Uncle Milty, they used to call him. And he's like trying to check Richard Pryor because Richard is laughing. And then he's like, hey, I told you, watch what you're saying and da-da-da-da-da. And Richard Pryor like, yeah, I'm good.
Wow.
I'm good. Because you got to adapt to everything. You can't be on stage like, take my wife, please. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the era that he from.
Okay.
And so he was like, no, that's not, I'm going to do this. So this bitch tried to step on, he from that shit. But even Richard, then what happens? Eddie comes along.
Yeah.
Eddie comes along. Now, motherfuckers, everybody want to sing and they act, and everybody want to talk about celebrities. And then we're at where we are now with these internet comedians, and they doing these sketches and skits and all of this shit. And then, a lot of them, when they get to try to do real comedy, eat shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But they have a following.
Yeah. Right.
They have a following, and them motherfucking clubs is selling out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to crawl before you can walk. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't always funny. Dubs certainly. I have film. Certainly wasn't always funny. So when you have these internet dudes coming out and trying to do comedy, they're not gonna be from the skit thing. You know what I'm saying? So when they doing this comedy, like they trying to get their feet wet and get their paper on or whatever. So no, they not gonna be funny when they coming from sketches and skits and shit like that.
You know what I want to know? I want to know, like, how do the veteran comics feel about Jokes and Notes? Because I know what Jokes and Notes meant to me.
Right.
But did y'all fuck with it like that, or was it just?
Or was it all jokes aside?
Was all jokes aside the shit for y'all? Or what?
Yeah, it was definitely all jokes aside.
Okay.
All jokes aside. Jokes and Notes, shout out to Mary Lindsay. Yeah. But me and Mary did not get along.
No,
really?
No. Mary.
Was you on the wall?
You was on the wall.
I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I was not.
Jay, you was on the wall, bro.
I promise you I wasn't. No, and that hurt my feelings too.
Damn, you went on the wall.
And so I'm hosting a show. Maybe you were on this show with me. Now that I'm thinking about it.
I think so. And Jokes and Notes?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was you and somebody else. And I called you the headliner.
Okay.
And I get off stage.
She got
and
in your
then
ass.
Mary pulls me into the thing and she's like, he's not the headliner. They're co-headlining. And the people are around in the little lobby thing. And he's the co-headliner, and you should know, da-da-da-da-da. I said, Mary, I made a mistake. It's not that serious. And she was like, da-da-da-da-da. And she just grilling me in front of everybody. And in my mind, like, I'm from the West Side. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm not fucking with you no more. I'm not. After this, I'm finna finish this show. I'm finna be professional as fuck. But fuck you. After this shit right here, I go up. After you come down, somebody else goes up. I don't remember who was on there. And I was like, hey, thank you guys. And I do the whole read down of the next week's show. And thank y'all for supporting Black owned, Black operated. I'm the utmost professional. Delete her number out of my phone.
Wow.
Block.
Wow.
Go to the crib. I was like, fuck this club. I'm never coming up here again. Didn't say shit.
Right.
I said I was professional, bro.
Okay.
Professional. I would say like 2 or 3 months later, Mary calls me from another number. And plus my friend had just passed away. She had cancer. So she's like, hey, can I speak to Jay? I'm like, this is Jay. She's like, this is Mary. I said, what? And she was like, oh, well, I noticed you haven't been up to the club. I was like, I'm never coming up to the fucking club. I said, you know what you did. Oh, I was just going through. I said, we all going through shit. What is it? Like, my friend just passed away. I ain't trying to hear shit you trying to say. And she was like, Jay, it's not like that, and da-da-da-da-da. And she was like, I just want to take you out to lunch and we could discuss. I said, I'm not hungry.
Damn.
And, well, I'm from the West Side. Like, I got that. And I'm a tourist. You know what I'm saying? I got that. I don't give a fuck type of shit. And she was like, Jay, I apologize and da-da-da-da-da. I would love for you to come down. We could talk. And that's why me and Mary cool.
Okay.
If she wouldn't have never apologized, she wouldn't have never known that I said fuck you, except she wouldn't have seen me up at the club.
Right.
But if somebody can come to you and say, hey, I apologize for hurting your feelings. See, this is the fake apology. I apologize if
I did something to you.
If you feel.
If you feel. That's the bullshit.
No,
you know
nigga.
what you did.
You know what you did.
No.
You know what you did.
Yeah.
What's her name who always say that? The chick on the internet. Jaguar Wright. She be quick to be like, you know what you did.
Yeah, and that's why I love Mary. My favorite Mary Lindsay story is, all jokes aside, I'm a young comedian and I'm doing open mics on Wednesday night. Okay. And George Wilborn, shout out to George.
Shout out to George.
Comes to Wednesday night for whatever. I don't know why he's the shit. Right. V103, he's the shit. And I'm doing my shit and I fucking destroy. And George comes up to me. He's like, I want you to come on Friday night and I'm going to give you 5 minutes. Friday night.
Yeah, the weekend.
Dude, I don't know if you remember.
I remember.
Reece.
Yeah.
It was 350, 400 people at All Jokes Aside. Beautiful. Everybody used to come up there. So I'm like, oh, shit. I go up there. And now, mind you, we were living in Wheaton at this time.
Damn.
So I catch a bus. I got to catch the bus to the train. I got to catch the train to the L. I got to catch the L to another bus to get to All Jokes Aside, right? I do all of that. I come in, it's packed. I ask the lady at the ticket booth, hey, is George here? And she's like, you know, that type of shit, because she think I'm trying to get in free.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm performing. And she's like, well, I don't see your name. And I was like, well, yeah. So George comes out. I was like, hey. And then he's like, oh, my man. She's like, oh, okay, I got to go tell Mary. And I'll just stand over there, stand out the way. It's packed, people coming in. And then Mary is right by the door. And George is like, hey, and then Mary said, I don't give a fuck about that. No.
Damn.
Like that. So George come over, he like, man, she tripping.
My mama tripping.
You know, right. She tripping.
You know I wouldn't trip.
She said, you know, she don't do like open mics on Friday or whatever. But if you like, you could stay for the show. Now I don't know how you feel, Dub, but the worst thing is like when you feel like you're gonna perform and they ask you to watch other motherfuckers perform. Wow. I was like, I didn't come all the way here to watch no show.
From Wheaton?
I could see the show on Wednesday, nigga. It's funnier than this shit. Like I don't like me, Corey, Dion, we all up here on Wednesdays. Right. And so I was like, George, I don't think you understand, but I caught a bus to get on the metro, and I caught a metro to get on the L, and I caught the L to a bus to get up here. And then he was like, "Oh, okay, give me a minute, Jay." He go, "Hey, Mary, the motherfucker got a bus, get on the motherfucking metro, and get on the motherfucking metro, get on the L, get on the bus, get that motherfucker here." Like that. Mary said, "I don't give a fuck. Get on the motherfucking bus, get on the motherfucking metro, get on the motherfucking L, get on the motherfucking bus to get to here. I ain't no motherfucking guest spots." Like that. And George, and thank God, George said, "Mary, I said the motherfucker get on the motherfucking bus, get on the motherfucking train, to get on the motherfucking L, to get on the motherfucking bus, and 5 minutes." And Mary says, "Okay." Like that, right? So George comes up to me, and he's like, 5 minutes. He said, "This is what I want you to do. Do the same shit I seen you do on Wednesday night. Do that shit. That's all I need you to do." In my mind, I say, "Yes, I will. I'm going to do that shit." But I'm like, I'm not finna do that shit. That was new. I'm not finna fuck up my chance and do no new shit that I was trying on open mic night because you like it, nigga. Okay. No, I'm finna do my guaranteed shit that I've been working on for 6 months. I'm not finna do them new jokes that you like. Right. So I go on stage. I do my guaranteed shit. Okay. People are falling out. And I'm like, "Thank y'all. I'm JD. Much love to the west side of Chicago." I get off, and Mary's standing right there with her arms folded. She said, "Give me your information." And I had these little cheap Office Depot, with my pager number on there, nigga. So, yeah. So that's my Mary Lynn. I got one more story. Well, how much time?
You good.
Okay, cause I gotta tell y'all this story. God bless the dead. I'm trying not to cry. Bernie Mac.
Here we go.
Bernie Mac used to do this place called Milchoneers. Milchoneers. It was in a basement. It was like a speakeasy type of shit, right? Are we good?
Go ahead. Now you got it.
Okay. I know. And so it was like a speakeasy type of shit, right? So you had to get there at 6 o'clock. The show didn't start till 7 o'clock, right? And so we get there. Y'all want me to wait?
No, you good. You good. Okay.
And so I get there at 6 o'clock, and I'm going down there. I'm doing my thing, and of course, everybody. When I say everybody came down to Milchoneers, everybody. Stephanie Mills, Patty LaBelle, everybody came to Bernie. Bernie is I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. Bernie now. Bernie. Now the funny thing is only 75 people can fit in this club. Only and Bernie got the macaronis. He got the 8-piece band. He got everybody up in this little ass space that everybody was dying to get up in, right? So I would go up there just like the Click. It was a Tuesday. I would go up there every Tuesday. Nothing. Finally get to go up there. And the only things that I had been on at this time was the Jenny Jones show. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember Jenny Jones.
Jenny Jones was a comedian.
Was she?
Yeah, fucking hilarious.
That's why she fucked with comics so much.
She was fucking hilarious. So Jenny got the talk show after her career was the shit. Okay. So she was a comedian, funny ass comedian, and beautiful. Right? She was playing Jane on the Jenny Jones. Jenny used to have a big rock star hair and the tight dresses and everything. She was beautiful. So I did Jenny Jones show, and I did Jerry Springer when it was a real show. Okay. The Jenny Jones show was called Chicago's most silliest bachelors, okay. And then the Jerry Springer show was called So You Think You Got Talent. So I was on there with like singers, and then Corey was actually in the audience there. But so I do those shows, and Bernie says, write down your intro on this little card. And of course, from the west side of Chicago, as seen on Jenny Jones and Jerry Springer. So Bernie like, hey, this next motherfucker I'm about to bring to the stage, he done been seen on Jenny Jones and Jerry. What the fuck? Like, you know, Bernie, what the fuck is you on? Let me tell you something about you. So he just started destroying me about the little bit of credits that I did have, right? And he was like, all right, so give it up from the west side for J Deep, right? I'm on the stage. Bernie's sitting right here because he's never seen me. So he's sitting right here, and he got a Heineken, and he's drinking. And I had just wrote this joke about.
I know where you going because I heard this. I heard you tell us.
I just wrote this joke about having sex with a girl with asthma. I said, anybody ever been thinking they tearing some shit up, only to find out later she got asthma? And Bernie goes,
finish drinking,
and he spits the beer on the first 3 rows.
Damn.
He spits the beer, and I was like, if he laughing at this shit, I ain't even got to the punchline yet. So the punchline is, you know, I'm hitting it, and I was like, she's like, pump, 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 and I'm like, yeah, pump, 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 and I'm like, so she dead now. I was like, good night, I'm JT, right? I get off. Bernie does the Diane. He says, whenever I'm late, whenever I'm out of town, Jay hosting for me.
Wow.
Nigga,
That was dope.
you couldn't tell me shit.
That's dope.
Bernie Coast, man, you couldn't tell me shit. The show started at 8, I come at 7:59. I'm like, I'm here, bitches. When you used to have to come here like the day before and camp out up in that motherfucker.
But didn't you say he did that in a movie or something?
I don't know if he did it in a film, but
what was the reference where you? Because sometimes comics we could say some shit, right? We know what influenced a line or something in a movie. But I thought it was something that he had either that cough or something that he did in a movie that you felt like came from that night or something.
I don't know. Like, dude, I got so many beautiful Bernie Mac stories. Thank God, dude. I
never met him.
Dude, the most down to earth multi-millionaire you will ever meet in your life, bro. Just shit, I'm getting but yeah, just a cool dude, just a cool ass dude, man. Like another funny story. I have to laugh right now, but so Milchoneers used to be down in the basement, and you could hear people knocking on the door upstairs to get in, right? So Bernie was like, Jay, go see the fuck up. So I was like, Bernie, I'll go. So I go up. It's Scottie Pippen.
Wow.
2 rings, Scottie Pippen.
Okay.
2 rings. And he got these girls with him. And I said, wait a minute. You can't get in. It's a long line behind Scottie. But this Scottie Pippen. Right. I run back. I say, Bernie, Scottie Pippen up. And he got 2 girls, so you're going to need 3 chairs. I don't give a fuck who it is. Ain't no more room. What? Go tell him I said so. Fuck. I was like, why did I go up there?
Right.
Fuck. So I'm like a kid going to look for the switch. So I go up there. I'm like, hey, Scottie, Bernie said that ain't no more seats downstairs, so and he's laughing.
Right.
And I was like, he think I'm playing.
He think I'm bullshitting.
And I was like, no, Bernie said ain't no more seats downstairs. And the little chick's laughing. And I'm like, oh shit, these motherfuckers think I'm joking. I was like, no, Bernie. And then you know how you feel something?
Yeah.
And so I look back and Bernie's going, he said ain't no more seats. He's mocking me. And he's like, Jay, open the motherfucker. That's Scottie Pippen. Motherfucker. So, of course, crazy. I opened the door to let Scottie and the girls in, and everybody tried to come in. Yeah. And Bernie was like, no. I'm like, he's like, Bernie, I never answered that door ever again.
Damn.
Crazy.
Damn.
Ever. I was like, these motherfuckers really think I'm playing. Like, y'all not getting in.
You got to give us your 5 favorite comedians from Chicago.
Oh, please, that's easy. Damon Williams.
Current though.
Yeah, Damon.
Okay.
Dion Cole. George Wilborn.
Okay.
Kenny Howell.
Okay.
Kenny Howell.
Yeah.
That's 3.
I thought that was 4.
That's 4. Yeah.
Damon, George, Kenny. Who else did I just say? Dion.
Yeah.
One more.
Shit. Oh, Diane Corder. I gotta.
There you go.
Yeah, I gotta say Diane.
Now, can we get 5 like that's still here? Nobody that like has made it, got a deal, still here.
Okay. Dub, Niche.
Okay.
B.
B who?
B Cole. I didn't know it was who's another B.
Well, I don't know.
Well, shut the fuck up then, nigga. Who
For the people. For the
who the fuck is
But I don't know.
B Cole, nigga?
We just know
we
B
know,
Cole.
but you know.
B Cole.
2 more.
2 more. I gotta say Corey Bell.
Okay.
Who else? Shit, I'm gonna piss some people off.
Definitely gonna piss some people off.
Who else? I love your brother.
Ronnie George?
Yeah, I love Ronnie, man.
Shit.
Yeah,
Ronnie
fuck
made
you,
the
nigga.
list. Ronnie made the list.
This motherfucker
It's the
said,
first list.
I think you finna take him off though.
No,
okay.
I love Ronnie.
Cause that was it. That's 5 right there.
5.
Yeah. Do I have any honorable mentions?
You can go.
Shit. Who the fuck am
A
I
lot
about
of
to
niggas.
piss off? Yeah. So, cause we so deep.
Yeah.
We so fucking we bitch on porno deep. We that deep. Yeah, I said Damon.
He said Damon.
yeah.
Are you crazy? Shut the fuck up. You're trying to get me in trouble. Damon is first and foremost. And Damon ain't never gonna be no honorable mention.
No.
Fuck you mean?
It's 2 people who always make the list.
Who?
Damon Williams
And Marlon Mitchell.
Molly Ma, how the fuck I'm gonna forget Marlon?
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
Marlon is our what's my man that passed away from Saturday Night Live?
All them niggas. Jim Belushi.
No, the one that loved Jim Belushi. He was heavy set as well.
Chris Farley.
Marlon is our Chris Farley without the drugs.
That makes sense.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Damn.
That's
makes sense.
he is. Marlon does not give a fuck.
Don't give a
He
fuck.
finna get this laugh.
Yeah. By any means.
I remember I used to host this club called La Mirage. I know that's way back in the day. But and it was me, Marlon, Corey Holcomb, Dion, and somebody else. It was like, and we're outside before the show starts, right? And Marlon said, "Hey Corey, this is your mama asking you to come empty the garbage." So he comes and he got his pants down to the crack of his ass, and he got his shirt tied up in the front. Corey, didn't I tell you? Come empty this. Man, it was the funniest shit. Like we crying.
Oh,
This before the show started. We crying, laugh. He don't care. He gonna get the laugh. I say, why his mom gotta have a crack her ass out? He don't. Marlon does not care.
Give no fuck, man.
And I love that dude, man.
Damn.
Can we get your favorite comedy movie?
Do you? Okay, y'all not gonna believe this.
Okay.
But fuck, I'm gonna say it anyway. Do y'all know this movie called The Pink Panther with Peter Sellers?
The old Pink Panther?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is. Let me tell you why this is one of
Okay.
my favorite films. So I'm watching this movie. I can't be any. Let's say I'm between 11 and 13 years old. I'm watching the Pink Panther movie, and Peter Sellers as the Pink Panther. He played this detective who I think it was the Detective Clouseau. He played this detective who had these horrible disguises. He's at this inn, and he comes to get a room at the inn. But he has this thick ass accent, and there's this guy, writing in the book or whatever, and he says, "Excuse me, do you have a room?" Like that. He's like, "What?" He's like, "A room. Do you have a room for rent?" And he's like, "Yes." And he's like, "I would like a room." So he pushes the shit. He's writing, and he looks, and he sees this little puppy. He says, "Excuse me, does your dog bat?" And the guy's in the book again. He's like, "What?" He said, "Your dog, does it bat?" And he's like, "No." And so he reaches, "Oh, hello, little puppy." Snaps at him. He said, "I thought you said your dog did not bat." And the guy looks up. He says, "That is not my dog." Nigga, I said, whatever that was right there, I want to learn how to do that.
Oh my!
Whatever that little stupid shit, what,
Simple,
the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
That is not my dog. I said, I don't know. I know about structure and premise and whatever the fuck that is that made me laugh as a kid. I want to do that.
Damn.
That's dope.
So yeah, Pink Panther. Of course, you gotta throw Friday in there.
Which one?
The first one.
Really? Okay.
The first one.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, Adventures in Babysitting.
Wow.
Yep.
Now you showing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and plus it was shot in Chicago.
There we go.
Yeah.
And my all-time favorite, this is the last movie me and my dad went to see, The Blues Brothers.
The Blues Brothers.
Man, just to watch them going down Lake Street, just to watch them on Wacker Drive, Lower Wacker, like to see all of that shit.
Yeah.
They driving past a gas station, the gas 98 cents a gallon.
Damn.
Just to see all of that shit. James Brown, Aretha Franklin, Shaka Khan, seeing all of these. No, what do they call it? Because I don't want to say that
Icons?
incorrect. No. I don't want to, because we call it something. Maxwell Street.
Maxwell Street. Maxwell Street.
Right.
Juketown.
Exactly. But
Allegedly.
I ain't trying to get canceled. But yeah, so to see that, the beautiful scene with Ray Charles at the pawn shop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
like it don't get no better than that. There's no more Chicago
Than that. Yeah.
than well, maybe Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Okay.
But there's no more Chicago than the Blues Brothers. Nothing.
That's debatable.
I'm listening. Ferris Bueller's Day Off and the Blues Brothers.
The barbershop or some shit? What? What?
No, barbershop we shot we didn't shoot outside. We shot in the studio on the west side.
Okay.
Candyman.
Candyman. That's like hood Chicago.
Yeah,
He
but
killed-
that's only the project.
He killed the bitch in the Ickies. That's Chicago, nigga. with
You don't get no more Chicago than Maxwell Street and Jewtown Polo
You
Shoes,
right.
nigga.
You right.
I gotta ask every man that come on here.
Go ahead.
One time, and she said, "Oh, I'm not gonna tell." And my sister like you, so I was like, "Okay, I'll fuck both." Wait, what you talking about?
Do you got a favorite Beyonce song?
I used to do this joke. What is that? And I might do this on my new special. But what is that song? Get me body, get me body.
Is that
Is it called Get Me Body?
Okay.
It's called Body, right?
Yeah.
Body.
So there was this scene in the Get Me Body thing, and there's Get Me Body, and then the night, and then Get Me Body, and then she's baby, and she's dancing in front of this dude, and she's doing like this, and he's grinding on and everything. And I was like, I auditioned for that part.
Wow.
And I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? But every time I got muscle memory. Every time I hear that, get me body, baby. So yeah, that's probably
your
Get Me
favorite
Body.
song.
Since you're from West Side of Chicago, we ask everybody this:
What you want to know?
what he gonna say.
Harold's or Uncle Remus?
Always Uncle Remus. No, but let me explain.
Go ahead.
Let me explain, because I've been trying to explain this to people for years. Uncle Remus, I think we only had like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Right.
2 or 3 Uncle Remus. I'm talking in my lifetime.
Yeah.
2 or 3 Uncle Remus, right? And so when you have 187 Harold's chickens, and then niggas from the South Side is giving you like game about which ones not to go to, and don't go to this
that
one on
diminishes,
Thursdays,
yeah,
and they don't use clean grease in this one, and you might get stuck up in that one, but the chicken is made, nigga, no, no, and we used to have a oh my God, what was it? Oh, I hate when I draw a blank.
Auntie Remus?
No, it was it was another chicken place, and it was only
West.
2 of them out west.
Out west.
Yeah. Who? One of them was on Chicago Avenue, and the other one was on Cicero.
Oh, that was called Vice Lords.
Who? Coleman's. Who is that that's trying to get some sugar? Yes.
Hey, you ain't gonna kiss
Coleman's.
my motherfucking wife.
Nigga. That's your, I know that was, I know
She the producer, but she my motherfucking wife.
I thought it was somebody else over there. Okay.
Shut your ass up.
No, nigga, so you got a real one.
No.
So, yeah, Coleman's.
She from out west.
So she never took you to Coleman's?
No, I don't think I ever had
I
Coleman's.
It's still open, though, ain't it?
I don't want no Coleman's.
Yes, you do, bro.
I don't want no
I
Coleman's.
promise you.
I'm from the South Side.
We gonna fuck with honeys. They been talking about honeys.
I promise you, bro. It's only, well, I think it's only one.
So
now.
what make Coleman's good?
I don't know.
It's better than Uncle
They
Remus?
still,
Yes.
they still good.
Yes. I'm talking from a kid, bro.
Let me ask you.
We gotta
Reece,
fuck with
I'm talking
Coleman's.
from a fucking child,
Is
bro.
a hype frying the chicken? Okay, I'll check it
Is the
out.
cash register lady mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, we'll check it out.
Okay.
Dude,
I need
I'm
a
not
hot-
joking. I'm talking. I've taken Coleman's to repasses.
Okay.
Nigga. You know it's
And
got to be
woke the
chicken
dead,
at the
yeah.
repass. Nigga, they said, where is that? Oh, this is from Coleman's. Nigga, come on in. Like, it's the big pans and shit. Like, dude, the mild sauce is.
Coleman's.
We gotta get to Coleman's.
We gotta
Shout out
check
to
it out.
Coleman's.
Yes,
Shout out to
I
Coleman's.
promise.
Give us a
And this is not
sponsorship.
taking anything from Uncle Remus, but nigga, Coleman's. I don't know if it's because I was born and raised off the shit. I don't know what it is, but it's if it's not above Uncle Remus, it's got to be neck and neck.
Okay.
Give us one more out west restaurant that hits every time.
Yeah, People's Tacos. Is that still open though?
People's Tacos.
Oh, okay.
On Lake? Is that on Lake?
No.
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, all the good shit was on Chicago.
Avenue.
Oh, you ate People's?
I've had peoples before. I used to fuck with a bitch that I had it before.
Okay. Yeah, people.
Yeah.
Shit, it's got to be more than. Ooh, do you know about? I'm just asking. Do you know about Abe and Tommy?
Say no.
That used to be on Leamington.
Don't connect with no more
It
shit.
was
What's the
Reece.
name? What is it?
It was this place called Abe and Tommy's.
Okay.
Abe and Tommy's. It was family owned, family operated. Dude, super tacos, fried poaches, Italian beefs. It was. They used to have the steak sandwiches. Are y'all big on steak sandwiches?
Yeah.
They used to have this steak sandwich, dude. Oh, fucking amazing. But the family, after Abe passed away, then it was on Tommy. Then after Tommy passed away, the family, it was no structure because, us as African Americans, we don't have any structure to our business to say this is what it is. When I pass away, so and so is going to take. That's why there's no more Army and Lose. Remember Army? Oh, you young.
Never heard of Army and Lou.
Reece, you never heard of Army?
Nah.
Army and Lou's on the south side of Chicago used to have the best fried chicken and catfish.
Army and Lou?
Yes.
and
Where at?
Yes.
In the 50s, nigga?
No, Nick, I'm not that old motherfucker.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Talking about me and Dr. King used to...
Google Army and
Army
Lou's.
and Lou's.
Where
Yeah.
was this at, Jay?
I think it was on 75th.
In what?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not from.
See, we fuck with like Pete's.
We from the
that used to
south
be on
side.
79th.
Yeah.
Three wings for $1.
Dolphins,
Army
nigga.
Army and Lou's was the place that you would go after church on Sunday.
Okay.
And it was okay, so this is my theory. I'm not trying to get long-winded, but this is my theory on why there's no more soul food restaurants in Chicago.
Okay.
Come on. And so the grandparents come from the South.
Right.
They come up to Chicago after the Great Migration, and they don't want to work for nobody, and ain't nobody really fucking trying to hire them anyway. Okay. Right? So they start their own little mom and pop soul food restaurant. Shit blow up. Isolas, all of that shit blow up and shit, right? So now the grandparents are old as fuck. They give it to their son and daughter. The son and daughter done seen how much the grandparents worked their ass off, so they working their ass off, same ingredients. The son and the daughter give it to their fucking kids. They kids see how much the mama and daughter work and how much they love the grandparents. Right. They working their ass off. This next motherfuckers is just about, hey, so I own, so-and-so. I'm finna pull up. Yeah. They don't give a fuck about quality.
Right.
They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Mm-hmm. So then the quality starts getting low. The next motherfuckers see that they mom and daddy didn't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
So now this bitch is closing. Because now this motherfucker only open on Mondays and Thursdays. Yep. And it's always open late. And they done pissed off all of these people. This is every soul food restaurant story. Yep. This fucking sixth generation gives no fucks about that first generation that came up from Mississippi. And they couldn't get a job because Chicago racist as fuck, and they started their own business. Like that's what, like, college is not supposed to be, I've gone to college, fuck you. It's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be like, I've gone to college, I'm gonna bring back this knowledge that I learned to build up the community and be better. Like that's what it was for. A lot of motherfuckers don't know that even the Ickies. The Ickies, Cabrini Green, those were some beautiful ass places. Yeah. They had fucking color guards. They had cheerleading teams. They had crossing guards. They had basketball teams. They had dance teams. They had all of these opportunities, right? Mm-hmm. So what happened is then somebody say, oh, well, we gonna take a little money from this. Now ain't no more color guards, but okay, they still got swim teams to teach black kids how to swim at the Y. They still got that. Oh, well, these niggas don't need to learn how to swim. Let me take that. Take a look. Then they take a look. Okay, now ain't no swim team, ain't no color guard. Now we gonna take off these elevators don't need to be cleaned every day. So we gonna take off. Oh, well, this trash don't need to be cleaned up. Oh, well, these lights don't need to be changed. Well, we don't need to have these security guards up in there. Now it's the hood. Yeah. But it was fucking beautiful. Amazing. Yeah. It was amazing. I know. I used to go to Cabrini. My cousin stayed in Cabrini Green.
It was nice.
I know that it was the shit. And then my cousin was like, "Nah, nigga, don't come over here.
Don't come over here.
Don't." I have a funny joke because like I said, I'm from K-Town, so I decided to take my daughter. I have 3 daughters, so I decided to take my daughters where I grew up at after I blew up. I was like, so get out the truck, come on and see the place or whatever. And my daughters get out and they're like, wow, Daddy, you from here? And I'm like, yeah, Daddy from, this is where Daddy from. Like, this is where it started. They're like, wow, so what did you do? I was like, I just kept my head down, stayed in my books, stayed focused. They were like, no, what did you do to Grandma that you pissed her off so bad that she made you live to this shit? I'm like, get the fuck in the car. You missing the point. Get the fuck in the car. Everybody back in the car. Everybody.
Damn. They don't understand. These kids don't understand.
No.
They don't get
it. And I got girls too. They don't give a fuck.
How fucked up. How old is your daughters?
23. She just graduated from college.
Damn.
Yeah, she just graduated from college. And then my middle baby is 16. She's 6'3". And then my youngest is 14. She's 5'11".
So you a girl dad?
Yes.
Anyone play ball?
Man, my babies ain't trying to do that shit. They're like, hurry up, get that movie deal. Hurry, that's what you do, baby. I'm like, oh, y'all should swim. Then I can have 3 girls in the Olympics. That's your dream, baby. That ain't what we on.
Yeah, man. So we gotta do this film.
It's done.
We gotta get this thing going.
It's done.
What you got coming up, bro? Any shows or out of town or what?
Yeah, me and Damon got a bunch of stuff coming up. But this summer I'm shooting 3 films.
Okay.
3 short films. I've already written them and I'm directing them. It's like I said, I have everybody else's shit.
Right.
You know, not shit, but
Right.
everybody else's projects. And I'm sick of like, oh yeah, and I graduated and da. So this summer I'm using to develop all 3 of my films that are all different and have that body of work. You know what I'm saying? Then I could put y'all shit
There
up
we go.
too as well.
Yeah.
You know, but so that's what I'm on.
Congratulations.
I'm on doing that, and I'm gonna shoot my second special.
There we go.
You know, I wrote, direct, and produced my first one.
Right.
It's called Ain't Ish Shy About the Shy on Amazon Prime.
Where did you film that at?
I shot that at DuSable Museum.
Okay.
Beautiful. I wrote, produced,
Was that
and directed.
before COVID or after?
That was before COVID. Dude,
Okay.
I'm glad you said, dude, you fucking amazing. Do you remember that solar vortex shit when it was like 29 below zero? I shot my special the week before.
Wow.
It was 14 degrees outside and it was packed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if you look at my special on Amazon Prime, Ain't It's Shy About the Shy, you'll see it's packed as fuck. And I was so nervous.
Wow.
I was like, it's 14 below. Not 14 degrees. It was 14 below. Excuse me. 14 below. Because the solar vortex was that next week.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy, but God is amazing.
People still came out.
It was,
Yeah.
man,
That's
it was
dope.
so beautiful, bro. Dub, you gotta get on it, bro.
Yeah,
you got the material.
Yeah.
Let me
help
shoot
me
it.
with- yeah.
I shot B. Coles.
Okay.
I directed B. Coles at Julian High School.
Wow.
Yeah, I directed here.
I wonder
Okay.
if Curie will let me do it at
Yep.
Curie.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
yeah, they have a auditorium and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
state of the art.
Everything. Top notch.
Yeah, I got you, bro. Everybody get in free. That's the
Okay.
most
Yeah.
important thing.
Okay.
Everybody get in free. We warm the crowd. I'll show you how to do all
Yeah,
that shit.
let's do it.
That's
Well, we
what's
want to
up.
thank you for coming out, man. We
real.
know you busy, man. We appreciate you, man. We fuck with you. Congratulations on everything, bro. Everything that's coming up, man. Shout out your social media, man. What?
Social media is J Deep is hilarious on Instagram. J Deep is hilarious on Instagram, and comedian J Deep on Facebook. And when you go to both of those, and my website is jdeep.shop. You could get my gear on there. You could check out clips and all of that stuff. I got T-shirts and sweatshirts on there. But if you go to J Deep is hilarious or comedian J Deep on Facebook or Instagram, you could see that I shot 30 years in 30 days. I did this thing called 30 years in 30 days. And I started it on February 28th.
Okay.
Or January 28th, and I ended on February 28th.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's 30 days from the beginning of my career. I have clips from literally the beginning of my career, and I put a clip on every day for 30 days.
Check that out.
Yeah, Damon was like, "Where did you get all this
That
material?"
sound
I
dope.
was the dude that would see people recording, and I'd be like, "Hey, can I get a copy of that?"
Wow.
You know, so I had all of these VHS tapes that I transferred to DVD and then transferred them in 30 years.
That's what's up, man.
Man.
Yeah. We gonna wrap this thing up, man. I appreciate y'all for checking out this.
Hey,
Reece,
let me get this cheer,
yes,
man.
sir,
To
man.
y'all success.
Man, appreciate you, dog.
God
Even
bless,
though ain't
man.
shit in my cup.
Y'all give it up for JD.
J Deep, man, show some love.
I'm your boy Reece.
And I'm your boy M Dubs. Thank y'all for checking out Off Stage, man. We out here.
Rap don't work, then it's back to jugging. I might just hit some stains, then it's back to boogie. I'm somewhere with the gang, smoking on this cookie. These niggas don't even smell what the rock is cooking. If this rap don't work, then it's back to jugging. I might just hit some stains, then it's back to boogie.